Hi everyone, this is Joy Divergence here. I don't know how well you can hear me. My computer seems to be having some glitches here. Um, have you ever had one of those moments that seem like you know something, but you had it because you were having maybe some visions or dreams, as some might call, but yet everybody else wanted to tell you, no, that's not what's going to happen. It's not possible, whatever else kind of thing. If that was going to happen, we'd have this and this happen. Is it possible that you are someone who knows predictions, that you just have a certain knowingness that things are just going to happen? Welcome to 2020 and what is soon to come for 2021. When I was younger, about within the past 10 years, there was a time in my life when I was with an individual who would say such things. He would say, well, if that were the case, people would be getting pulled out of schools, people would be getting whatever else other kind of challenges in their life. Now, I don't know what kind of challenges per se that you have, but let's say, for instance, that one of these times you saw something that was big enough that you knew that what you saw was only the truth, but you had a connection to it that was far more powerful than any fear you'd ever had. It was your knowingness. Our fears, sometimes even in the moment, when I was going through these things myself, I had fears showing up for me and didn't want even to know what those fears were. And I didn't want to believe them, so I believed the person that I was with. I didn't want to believe that I had that ability at the time. But I'm realizing as time goes on that it was an ability that I've had all along. I just didn't want to own it. If you're one of these individuals that is dealing with people suppressing your spiritual gifts, suppressing what is a knowingness that your spirit just happens to have an ability, a connection with, the ability to have that connection on such an intense scale that most people just don't know otherwise. Perhaps you have predicted the future because it was shown to you. But it was shown to you because you were trusted. If you don't know whether to trust yourself or not after you've seen one of these events, I invite you to look within and ask yourself, is this real? Is this not just a reality that I'm creating? Is it real? Is it something that somebody else didn't create for me necessarily, but that I created for me in order for me to have that knowingness before I entered this life? If your answer was yes, you very well may be one of those that are connected to predictions. So, what is the predictions of 2021? Well, if you've been watching some of the other news out there, the news that everybody wants you to believe, of like what's on the television, of those that are forecasting only so much of it, and just giving you just enough information of what they found out that they see that is currently going on, but are not brought into awareness yet. They can be causing some really big challenges. But what if we were to take the time to look within and find our own answers? and release those blockages. The blockages are our pains, our fears, our doubts, and even the need to defend them. And sometimes we don't even see them when they're right in front of us. This is about predictions. And this is also about those of us, those of you, who are having an awakening happen within you. You have a spiritual gift that allows you to connect to these answers. But if you do not allow yourself that connection, you will be stuck in the matrix. There are people who are sentient beings that have been sent here to guide you. When you see them, you will know that you see them. But you need to be the one to be able to acknowledge it for yourself. You don't have to acknowledge it to the rest of the world, but at least to yourself, knowing that I know this. You can say that. I know this to be true. If you feel prompted to be able to share this with another individual at a different time later, please follow that prompting, because that prompting is something far beyond what you could even ever acknowledge. It is a knowingness that you are there to share that information with that other person in front of you, or that other being. So 2020 or 2021, which one is the matrix that you want to live in? Do you want to live in the matrix that has glitches? Or do you want to live in the matrix that actually allows you to live a reality that is you, and not just what everybody else wants you to know? Know that you are loved. Big bear hugs. Namaste.